Fast forward, I'm now some more cover and watching your social songs. I have say AGH family television. Political stories are 20 make headlines. Now you be some more. Need me on Russia money a day the message with my subscribe to the channel. Hit on notification bell. Share now for friends or inside into me. And need more yamura yinsim. Now Ablumkuma now election insensum for parliamentary seat, I remain vacant. Manoka say oko parliamentar. Sa seat no ubie ne where occupy say a NPP and as NDC. Na ni nyina ene na aba abonting say July 11th say oba de dia dombi enia easy and sign enye parliamentary election no fufuro. Now we see na Ibrahim Tanko IT specialist Emma NDC and so Ednano Atumbi. At this point in time, Binti in Sema Ibrahim Tanko on so oka election ya Umsambi in for free in Bojoso and now simple a bukwati mo kwembiso. Na yanity say NPP NDC and my kono so Abrabo Mua and Yasam go to Accra, Ubia lazy in Buta or the Ekwa Kujina I can see. At this point in time, me sembre yemu enra Ibrahim Tanko asye abra ono so chana dwen ewo Ablumkuma election insensible. At this point in time, Mr. say yemu enra yensem
business, but thank you for stepping out to talk to us tonight. I mean, this development from the Electoral Commission, or the communication from the Electoral Commission, that 19 of the polling stations out of the 37 that you wanted a rerun of the elections, does it come to you as some refreshing news, or you were still expecting that the 37 polling stations should have been rerun as you had earlier hoped?
Alfred, yes, let me say good evening over there in Ghana to your cherished viewers and listeners as well. This is good news for democracy. I mean, democracy is one thing that we have chosen for ourselves in Ghana, that we should be governed by rule of law and not somebody whims and caprices. And so I am so happy with the outcome of the decision by the Electoral Commission to rerun 19 polling stations. Alfred, let me run you through some issue that came out about 2 weeks ago. We had a meeting with the Electoral Commission. I was part of the meeting with my colleague Madi and our council Edwiji. The NPP was led by their director of election, Evans, and a former MP. In that meeting, it came out that the 62 that we were following them up, that they should have a rerun for the 62 polling stations. 25 of them were not scanned copies. They were carbon copies being presented by the NPP then. So we were magnanimous at the meeting. We agreed that fine, since they were carbon copies and not scanned copies, we will accept them as being true reflection of the elections. So the 25 carbon copies results were added. So that reduced the margin to 37. Now the rest of the 37 were scanned copies. And then that was how we ended the 37. And that's why the NPP is not telling the general public. The NDC were magnanimous at that meeting and said, look, we want resolution to this Ablumkuma matter. And therefore, these 25, which were carbon copies, we will accept them. And we accepted them. And they added, so that's why it reduced to 37. Now, with these 37, which were scanned copies, we told them that, look, let's go for a rerun for the 37 because they are scanned copies. We cannot accept it. Then the NPP, they were still insisting that they wanted the 37 to be taken out and leave with only 3, so that the 3, they can be used to declare them as winners. That's what they were trying to do. And we said, how can we rely on your scanned copies?
I see.
Who accept that? And then so the Electoral Commission with the two parties involved, that is the NDC and NPP, we all agreed that, look, this is the position we have presented to you. Go into conclave.
Right.
You are the commissioners. Take a decision on it and report back to us. Then we'll look at it critically. Then before that, we realized that Dr. Bosman Asari was in Parliament reporting and talking about the issue when they hadn't gotten back to us. So we knew that whatever Dr. Bosman Asari was telling Parliament was not the true reflection of what transpired at the IPAC meeting that we held.
I see.
And he sat through it.
If you say it wasn't a true reflection, he had indicated, in fact, that he was asked a direct question as to whether a rerun of the elections in these contested polling stations is one that is going to be considered or is an option for the Electoral Commission at all. And he ruled that out 2 weeks ago, that the rerun was not an option. And 2 weeks on, we're hearing this position by the Electoral Commission. What could have changed? What could have changed?
That is, Alfred, that is where we as a political party, the NDC, we are surprised at the 10th of event when he went to Parliament and made such statement. Because that was not a true reflection of what happened at the IPAC meeting. In fact, we're all there. In fact, Madame Jean Mensa herself presided over the meeting. And where we accepted the 25 to be taken away from the 62 and reduce it to 37. And we said they should go and look at the 37 at conclave and report back to us. So we're going to have another meeting with them. Fortunately, the second meeting was held yesterday, and my colleague represented us. So when the meeting was held, it came out that out of the 37 that were still contesting, 18 of them, their presiding officers came and authenticated the 18 scan copies and said, yes, it was true reflection. They actually had the results at their polling stations. And then our team, which was led by Madi, my colleague, and then Eduji, counsel, our lawyer, accepted that fine. Since the presiding officers accepted and authenticated those 18 scan copies, then it should be taken out. Leaving 19, the 19, nobody authenticated it. None. They were not authenticated. They were just fake scan copies being brought by the NPP. So that's how the results came out, that they should go and have a rerun for the 19 areas to use to declare it. So why is our colleagues running away from this?
I see. So then, how do you respond to those who are saying that this outcome is just Electoral Commission pandering to your demands? I mean, for a rerun, because the NPP wasn't asking for a rerun. You were forceful about a rerun, and now the Electoral Commission is saying that is what they're going to go with.
Alfred, this is not the first time we've been saying that to resolve this Ablumkuma, we have to go for a rerun for certain polling stations. That has been the issue. Is that anytime we have an election, there are two documents that we use, either the original pink sheet or the carbon copies. The carbon copies are given to the political parties. So if the EC doesn't have original pink sheets, we can come with the carbon copies. And then they will bring their officers to authenticate our carbon copies, whether it's a true reflection of what transpired at the polling stations. But the issue of Ablumkuma, these ones that we are talking about, in fact, the 37 were areas that they didn't even have carbon copies. Our colleagues don't have it. The EC doesn't have the original one. We, the NDC, we were very truthful to them that we don't have it. So in that case, if you don't have it, then you have to go for a rerun. This is not the first time. We did it at Akotia under Afarijan, Dr. Afarijan. It happened before. And we went and had a rerun for some polling stations to declare results. And so this is not the first time, Alfred. We have done it severally, and we have used it to resolve issues.
Well, quickly before I let you go, already we've been to the constituency and engaging with some of your members. They say that the 19 polling stations, majority of them are described as strongholds of the NPP. And this constituency, mind you, has been won by the NPP comfortably over the years. It's a seat that the NPP has held since it was created. And so you've got a job on your hands, is it not? Because we understand there's some disagreement as well between the chairman of the party in the constituency and Irabuna Oben as we speak, your candidate. True?
Alfred, we are ready for the election come 11th. We are ready as a political party. As we speak now, I can tell you we are already in a drive here in the constituency. Our team is already in the constituency as we speak now, doing the preparation work for next week elections. I'll be joining them pretty soon. We are going all out to make sure that the 19 polling stations, we want to win all the 19 polling stations. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has done extremely well for the short period we have been in office. Extremely well.
Okay.
And Ghanaians will definitely vote for us. And so we are going to activate our new body cameras for the 19 polling stations. We are not going to relent. We will make sure that Madam Robna Open is elected as our MP for that constituency, and she will take her seat in Parliament after Friday. I'm assuring you, next Friday. We are moving into it. We are not leaving any stone unturned.
Okay.
The party leadership, everybody is going to put hands on deck to make sure that we win the seat.
And that's in the next 11 days. In fact, 9 days is a date to watch. It is July 11. This is the date that has been communicated by the Electoral Commission for the rerun of these elections in the 19 polling stations. Rashid Tanko Computer, thank you for joining us.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
Is the acting CEO of GIFEC and the Deputy Director in IT for Elections for the NDC, joining us from the United States on this matter. And this is your Election Command Center. So stay with us every step of the way as we build up strongly into the 19th of this particular, in fact, this is the 11th of July, these 19 polling stations where this rerun will take place. This is how voting has been in terms of the representation in the Ablumkuma North constituency. Take a look at this. From the year 2000 up until 2020, the NPP has won this constituency comfortably. And the NDC doesn't come close. From 62.9% of the valid
Into we a yes, Mahoro Tim Course watching on some nurses or Jimre or Hasi. That's a so bad in the Adobe Adomania. Yamurome. Na inside and some. Oh, I'm for and we and some Holo Tim Course watching on some nurses or Jimre or Harrisania. So bad in the Adobe Adomania. But Sayaba, not Yasumo or Harrison. Shinaswami, I see EGH from the television.